Hey, and welcome to our video guide. In today's video, we're going to learn how to set up a directory inside one account, and users within that directory are going to be able to log into applications in other accounts inside Caspio. The benefit of doing that is that you can avoid having to duplicate directories inside multiple accounts if you have the same user information inside that directory. Also, if you're a reseller, if you have sub-accounts, it's also very beneficial from that perspective because you can just have one place where you manage all of your users without having to copy and duplicate all the information across multiple accounts. So inside my Sandbox account, I already have one directory created. I'm going to open it and you will see that I use my information here as one of the users. What you want to do is you want to go to App Connections, create the app connection, and let's give it a name. Maybe shared users. We're going to use the email as the user identifier. And now we need to provide some information from a completely different account in Caspio and paste that information inside my Sandbox account. So now let's go ahead and open up my production account. And inside that account, I have this application called Applicant Tracking. I will open it. And very quickly, I will show you my table. I do have a user table inside it. And my user table only has 3 fields. We have the user ID, we have the name field, and also the email field. Let's set up our authentication next. Click on Create Authentication. Select our table. And then we want to use SAML single sign-on. Scroll down and expand the service provider setup. This is the information we're going to grab from our production account and paste the information inside our Sandbox account. So the first link that we're going to copy is the SP identifier, entity ID. We'll copy that. And we'll paste that information inside the very first field. Let's go back to the other account. Next, let's go ahead and copy the link underneath that, which is the consumer service URL. We'll copy that. Go back to the other account. We'll paste that into the second field and hit create. So now a little bit of going back and forth here. Now we need to grab the information from the Sandbox account, copy some of these links, including the certificate, and provide that information inside the production account. So we'll copy the identity provider identifier. So we'll copy the first link, go back into my production account, and let's paste that information inside the very first field. Let's go back to the Sandbox account. Let's copy the link single sign-on URL back inside my production account. Paste that inside a second field. And the last thing that we need to grab is the certificate. So let's go back to my Sandbox account one final time. Download the certificate. Once you've downloaded that certificate, go ahead and close this screen. And what you need to do is you need to include now the user inside this app connection. So open up your app connection, and then you want to add the user inside the app connection. So let's add myself. And now this user exists inside the app connection. Let's go back to our production account. So we'll select the button Choose File. Here's my certificate that we just downloaded. And all you have to do is hit Create. Let's give it a name. And click Finish. And now we have our authentication created. One thing that you will need to do inside your user table is you'll need to add a prefix. So again, we'll put my name, and then we'll just add SAML, and now you include the email that's included inside the directory in the other account, which was nedp@caspio.com. And that's all you have to do. I'm just going to verify my email. It looks good. So every time you add a user now inside your table in a completely separate account, you do have to add this prefix of SAML, and then the email that exists inside a directory in a completely different account. Now to verify everything, let's apply this authentication to our data page. So we'll take a look at this data page, Manage Jobs. We'll click Edit. We'll hit Next, apply the authentication, click Finish, and now let's go to the website. Let's reload the web page. And we have our authentication enabled, so let's try logging in. And once I log in, I'm going to be able to see that data page embedded in my website. Same goes for any other data page that you might have authenticated. And you can also include that same user, nedp@caspio.com, or any user that you might have inside that directory across multiple accounts inside Caspio. Thanks for watching our video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.